Joining us today is retired detective and SWAT officer Lisa Lockwood and Terry Austin. Lisa, 3 sets of defense attorneys and a prosecutor have laid out reasonable and probable suspicion for a citizen's arrest. Do you see a citizen's arrest here?
I don't, because the criteria was not met regarding seeing an actual crime in progress. They had information that they believed. They saw him on camera. Travis said he saw him go into the building at one point and thought he had a gun. A gun was inferred, but we don't have a direct matchup. Just because you see somebody or you saw video footage and to make an assumption a while later that this is the same individual, there was still no crime. If anything, it was trespassing. And I'm not even sure if they brought up the fact that there's a house under construction with no locks, free access. And if there were no signs saying no trespassing, he has every right to be there. And if he was there and there were signs there, then it's a misdemeanor. And the fact is, in this particular case, they were pursuing somebody who they believed did something.
Let's bring back retired SWAT officer and detective Lisa Lockwood and Terry Austin. Lisa, as a retired detective, what are you focused on when you see the medical exam in determining Laundrie's final moments?
So we're going to look at the path. Now that we know it was a gunshot wound, we're going to look at the direction, the actual exit wound, entry wound. Was the shot from the bottom of the mandible? Was it in the mouth? Was the exit out the back of the skull? Right side to left side usually is done in the temple to guarantee that you die with most suicide victims. And was he right-handed or left-handed? So all of that is going to preclude somebody actually murdering him out there. And it is going to be the path of travel of the bullet, how many wounds, how many bullets, and we have our answer. So I believe that's why we know it was suicide.
Back to break down this tragedy is retired SWAT officer and detective Lisa Lockwood and Terry Austin. Lisa, Brooks being released on low bail, the charges he was facing has created an argument that the prosecution failed in reducing the bail. Could these deaths have been avoided?
100% yes. We have somebody who is a violent offender who has already had a charge regarding striking the mother of his child with his vehicle. She was hospitalized for it, only stayed in jail for 9 days, and then was released on a $1,000 bond. And now later on, we find out right before the parade plow through that he was actually involved in a domestic incident with a knife. So a lot of this could have been avoided. Violent offenders need to stay behind bars as their cases go through or offer a very high bond amount to make sure that people are protected. And I think this could have been avoided.
Lisa, your reaction to Rittenhouse's words after being acquitted?
Just incredible. I mean, as far as the interview went, I think the thing that stood out most to me was when he made the assertion that, listen, I support BLM. I am not racist. There was nothing found in his background to attach him to any type of racially motivated right-wing groups. And when he made the statement, he didn't think the trial was so much about him. It was more about the law and procedure of self-defense being on trial. Very, very great distinction.